What's up, guys? Let's talk about the BSLT price. Today it is 0.27, creeping up to 28 cents. Let's do a quick refresh to make sure this is accurate as can be. 0.2775. So, Bora Portal is where you check this out. Let's talk about what's been going on. I've seen this as high as 0.29, so 29 cents in the last about 2 days. It's been holding pretty steady at this 27, 28, 29 range, and it does look to be trending upwards. If you remember correctly, the last video that we did, I think we were around like 25 cents. Before the launch, we were around 22 cents. And so let's talk about the reasons why I think this is happening. I do expect bigger price increases, and a lot has to do with the land. And you'll notice that majority of the land is starting to get taken up. You're starting to see tents on majority of the land, right? And even if they are a larger land plot, even if it's like an extra large or a large land plot, you still see tents for the most part on those land plots. And the reason this is because all the other building structures are quite expensive, right? When you go over to the Blue Salt shop, you see the house is 410. The tent only cost 150. This is a form of staking. So they put in the 150 and then they get the blueprint. When they're done with it, they get this 150 back. When you have a larger land plot, you want a larger house, but it also requires materials. It requires farming materials like trees, logs, skin, and ore. And so in the beginning of the game, the tent does not require any of those. The tent requires just simply gold, which is freely provided by the game via achievements. So, for the most part, in the first couple of weeks, you see nothing but tents. There are the rare occasions where you actually see people that have built up houses and that have rushed their houses. But for the most part, you'll notice in the world that most of the buildings and the structures are tents. And again, it's because they're cheap and they only need gold to be upgraded. Once people realize, hey, it's better to have a bigger structure, house can hold more Archeum processing machines, then they go ahead and upgrade. You see, a tent can only hold one. The house holds two. When you upgrade it even further, like this guy over here, he can now hold 3 Archeum processing machines. And this is the same small house as this guy right here has. So you'll notice that as time progresses, more and more houses start to appear because people just realize, wow, houses produce more profits. And the bigger the house, the bigger the profits. So it makes complete sense that people start to upgrade their properties as long as they can fit it on their land. Again, the small standard lands can only fit a small standard tent. So no matter what you do, you cannot put a larger structure on a small standard land. If you do have a larger land, you can put a larger structure. So in the next coming days and weeks, you'll start to see a lot more houses appear in the world. The tents will start to come down, and then the houses will start to go up. But again, when they do that, a lot of BSLT is going to be spent / staked into the game, and they're either going to have to purchase it from the Bora Portal, or they've already have earned it in game from someone who has purchased it from the Bora Portal. So this is why I say that the prices of the BSLT token is going to go up is just logical, right? When you see so many tents out there on lands that can hold, medium houses or large houses, you're like, wow, they need to upgrade their tent. They're wasting, the land spot. It's like you just see tents after tents after tents. And if you look into the Asian server, you'll notice that most people have the correct house on their structures because it is about 8 months old on that server, and over time they have gathered the resources needed, they've purchased the BSLT that it was needed, and over time everyone will eventually get to kind of like the structure that is best suited for their land plot. And if you have an extra large structure, you're going to eventually have that large house on that structure. You're also eventually going to upgrade it The upgrade does not cost BSLT, but it does cost a bunch of resources, and you can just speed that process up by buying them off of the marketplace. Which again, anytime that someone uses the auction house, BSLT is transacted, and some of that is burned out, and some of that goes to XL Games in the reserve profit funds. So the whole system ties nicely in together, and this is the main reason why I believe that in the future we're going to see a pretty significant spike because of these house price. It is very expensive. So say if you're going from a 150 up to a 410, that's an additional 260 BSLT. Or if you're going from a tent all the way up to a medium house, that's almost 1,000 additional BSLT. Or gosh forbid, say you're going all the way up to the large house tier, you're looking at very close to 2,500 BSLT additionally needed to upgrade your structure. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. That's the BSLT price update here for May 1st. We are in a brand new month. Hopefully you guys have fun and good luck on those drops in game. I will